Hello, my beautiful little nerds. How we doing today? I love that tomato. I use streams to co-work like so often. Hi, I'm here. Hi, Grim. Thank you for the boops. Um, we're gonna keep working on this like I said we would, but I did also yesterday start working on the sticker sheet that I teased for you guys. Um, and so that's sitting next to me and I can show you. Do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see the purple sticker sheet that I've been working on? I'm pretty pleased with it. I also finally remembered to bring out the sticker. Oh, that's interesting, Grim. You might need to refresh. Sometimes when Twitch is working on stuff, it breaks the stuff. Yeah. Hi, Red Shirt. Good to see you. So this is the sticker for this month for my sticker club. I showed you guys the art last time, but I hadn't brought the sticker out. So this is the original art that we did on stream. And then this is the sticker that you will receive in the mails if you are part of my Patreon sticker club, which is $5 USD per month. And yeah. You get to join that, and then I mail this to your mailing address. You know, your home or wherever else you might grab mail. Whatever.
Oh my god, why can't you just take the freaking
Okay, I have a stretchy. Doing a stretchy. Usually my shoulders hit the mic, so you can actually hear me doing a stretchy usually, but I'll say it anyway. I do hydrate. I do have both a regular water bottle and a potion here today. Both are for hydration. But I always make sure to do plain water for the hydrate, because that's the point, in my opinion. And then say something nice about myself. No, you didn't miss it, Sleepy. I haven't shown yet. Here, I will show you guys this because I'm pleased about this in specific. I think this is a really good idea, and I'm really pleased with myself that I came up with it. So, are you guys ready for this now? Because it's gonna happen. It's happening now. It's happening now. So this is only partially painted, so you guys have to lower your expectations a little bit. But we're doing like a nostalgia and sweets sticker sheet vibe for this. So I was thinking about the color of the month, which is lilac. And I was like, you know what? Purple. Okay, so it's not lip gloss. It's body glitter. I just haven't added the glitter to it yet. At least in my head, it's body glitter. It can be lip gloss if you want. That's also allowed. So I was thinking about like what that color means to me, and I was like, you know what slaps as purple that I haven't done yet? That purple clear plastic that we used to get in like the 90s and early 2000s. So we're doing that. And also, so because I don't know. I was gonna say that in a mean way, but actually I'm gonna alter that. Because I take inspiration from other medias, I decided to add in the lavender saltwater taffy from the Fallout show. Because I thought that scene was really cute. But yeah, so we've got a bunch of stuff, and I'm really pleased with how I laid out this sheet. Because it like everything fits together really nicely, and I'm pleased about that. I didn't have to move it around a bunch at all, because usually when I do sticker sheets I end up like rearranging everything like a lot until I'm happy with it, but I'm happy with the way that it was anyway. So I'm really pleased with this overall. I'm a little nervous about doing the hair clips, but yeah, for sure. It's one of those things that you just like, it goes in your mouth. That's how it works. You know? Right? I had so many of these, and because I'm a messy person, hello undiagnosed ADHD. they ended up all over my floor, and I would step on them and crack them in half, like all the time. So really, if I was making this accurate to my life, we would have like 4 broken ones and one in my least favorite color that was still whole. Yeah, right. I was really pleased with this. So I did have a reference for this one, but it wasn't the same cord that was attached to the phone that I'm referencing. So I had to like meld the two together a little bit. But I do think that it has that like crinkly look because I'm sure a bunch of us, and this wasn't just me, would twist the fuck out of the phone cord when we were on the phone because we didn't have anything else to stim with. And I'm sure nobody else had chew marks in the phone cord. I'm sure nobody else did that. That was just me. I don't know. There's something about that kind of squishy plastic that just slaps, you know? Yep, exactly, tomato. So I had like I did have a phone up next to my room for a really long time. That was considered my phone, but like it was in between me and my brother's room. But it was like a really ancient avocado green phone that one of our family members was getting rid of, and I was just absolutely enamored with it, so they let me keep it. So that was my phone. So I probably got, I don't know, like secondhand asbestos from chewing on that phone cord. But you know, it's fine. It's just extra flavor. But for the compliment, I'm really pleased with how this is coming out. Like I'm very happy with it. Was where I was going. And I'm glad about the vibe this took. Yeah, I feel like that's essential to me. Oh god, kitchen phone. No, I couldn't. I do need to change the shading on the ring pop a little. I think I did these darks a little bit too dark, so I need to lighten that up a little bit, but that's something I can do. Yeah, yeah. I'm also going to add some like white ink sparkles on it just because I think that that is fun and I like that. I have taken in this especially kind of like a step away from straight realism and just kind of like getting the vibe. So like the Tamagotchi, this is not what the screen of a Tamagotchi looks like. You have like the extra little stuff on top and bottom to navigate with. But I wanted to make the little sad angel like the focus, so that's what I did. Yeah, exactly. We gotta make it so that it's got some plausible deniability. I'm also really pleased with how this ball chain came out. That one I was worried about hand inking, just because if you don't have the size right, it can look really wonky. But I'm pleased with how that came out. Um, so yeah, I'm happy with this so far, and I'm pleased to get to add another sticker sheet to my roster. Thank you. Yeah, you gotta get the curl in there, otherwise it's not really soft serve, right? So I was thinking ube ice cream for this was my inspo. Um, but yeah. So I think it's going good so far. I do want to change the texturing on the friendship bracelet a little bit. I made this a little bit too dark, I think. So I'm gonna lighten that up, I think. Um, but yeah. Yeah. I have done taffy before, so I had a little bit of experience making the wrinkles on the side of the paper. My dad actually owns the piece that I did that with. It was one of my dream journals because there is this saltwater taffy place in a town next to the sea that we went to a lot growing up, and there's a specific candy shop there that we would always get saltwater taffy from. And I have dreams about it still going in there because you got to pick your own mix for saltwater taffy. So they had all of the flavors like out in bins, and you could just put together a bag and they would charge you by weight. So you could only pick the flavors that you liked. And I have dreams about that place like a lot. So I do have some practice with that. I do think that these are better than the ones that I did before, but you know. Yeah. The one I went to growing up was called Phillips, and their website has said for 3 years that they're going to start shipping saltwater taffy and their other candy, and they haven't done it yet. I keep checking back though. See, they did saltwater taffy, but they also did a bunch of chocolate stuff. So they have chocolate sea foam, which I really liked. It's kind of the inside is kind of like um if you made a Butterfinger out of molasses and then aerated it so that it had holes on the inside, it's kind of like that covered in chocolate, and those slap. They did Divinity, they did like chocolate covered pretzels and stuff like that, pecan turtles, that kind of thing. But it was all about the saltwater taffy and the seafoam because I've never found another place that sold seafoam like that. Yeah, kind of a sponge toffee, I think, but I'm not 100% sure because it's hard. It's not squishy. Just to, which I believe the toffee means that that is the case. So I think that's right, but I don't know. They just always called it seafoam, so that's what I know it as. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to keep working on that. I have not started the cursed, semi-cursed idea that I had yet. We'll see if I have time for that this month. I may not. Yeah, okay, just making sure. Because I don't know, I just hear sponge and I think of like the cake or the cleaning instrument, you know? Um, but yeah, even though like all of my artwork got shoved into the last half of the month, we're still trucking. We're still getting stuff done. We're good. I just need to chill the fuck out for 5 minutes. Ooh, that would have been a good one to add, Sleepy. I didn't even think of that. Yes, the cake, the bob, the classic sponges. You know how it is. um, did I have anything else to say? I don't know that I did. Ba, 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 ba. No, I don't think so. Nothing else is coming to mind. Yeah, so that's what I've been working on. What's everybody else been up to? Okay, I want to carve these out. That was our next step, and this was a mix of these two. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I know why I think I'm forgetting something. I didn't think of bubble tea because you guys want to know something? I have never actually had bubble tea before. I don't know. I haven't had it. It intimidates me because I don't know what to order. I don't even know if we have any bubble tea places up here. We probably do. Yeah, exactly. But my boyfriend and his daughter get bubble tea a lot, so I think that that will be he can be in charge of ordering for me. Yeah, tapioca bubbles are a very specific texture. I like them a lot, but I can get it. Oh, interesting. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Grim. I'm glad that you're eating, though. Yeah, I'm sure I will at some point. It's just one of those things like, and I'm sure this has nothing to do with the undiagnosed autism. I get overwhelmed if there's a lot of decisions to be made and I don't have a step-by-step process of what people are going to ask me and in what order. Um, which is why, so my trick, start at the beginning of the story, Katie. So I felt the same way about Subway for a really long time because we had a Subway on my college campus. And so that was like a really common like lunch stop for students. But it was one of those things where it's like they're going to ask me a lot of questions and I don't know what I like from them, and that's scary for me. So what I did was I told people that I would pay for their lunch. Like we could split a footlong if they did the ordering. And I'd just let them order whatever they wanted so that by the end of it, I knew what I liked and could order for myself, and I got to feed my friends. So, right, tomato, it freaks me out. Like, I'm that person who looks up menus before I go to a restaurant to decide what I want. Because, like, I need to pre-think it. It needs to be pre-thunk. Like, yeah, you need to order it, but also I need to pre-think it before we get there. Especially if a restaurant is one of those ones that's like, oh, no substitutions. I'm like, okay, well, you have just massively limited my options. Because, like, if you won't alter this to take out whatever thing I don't like, then that way limits what I'm willing to put in my mouth, you know? I hate restaurants that do it. Like, I get it, I do, but also just let me not. Yes, I hate that too. I'm also like that, Sleepy. So there are a couple things that maybe I'll like rotate through, but for the most part, I will order the same thing every single time. And I definitely have like really preferred restaurants because there are things that they have that I'm like into eating repeatedly, you know? But like, so when we were heading out from my grandma's while we were down visiting family, we went to breakfast with my cousin, and I had pre-scoped the menu because that's what you do, and they didn't have the thing that I had decided I was getting. So I got up there and I ordered, and they were like, "Ah, yeah, we don't have that today." And I was like, "Ugh," and it threw everything into a tizzy, and I almost exploded. Like, you can't do that to me, buddy. It ended up fine. I got something else, but it wasn't what I wanted. Yeah, that's so true, Sleepy. When there's like so many things that you half want and you can't like go whole hog in for something, I feel that. And Denny's, any breakfast place is like that a lot of the time, I feel like. Because so many breakfast foods slap, but I also have such strong opinions about breakfast foods and which ones I want to put in me, you know? Oh no, that's even worse because you can't even like step to the side because you're in the freaking car and there's no place else to go. So like when I got blindsided by this breakfast place not having my thing, I was like, okay, I need to think about what I'm ordering then and like stepped off to the side. You can't do that. The drive-through has you literally trapped. Horrifying. I hate it. Oh, that's fair, Sleepy. Yeah, that sucks. I like eggs, but only if they're like really cooked, which is easy to order, honestly. Although, if you have not seen a waiter respond when you ask for poached eggs with hard yolks, you should do that like once in your life because they all panic. They don't know what the fuck you're talking about. They're like, "You mean a hard-boiled egg?" And I'm like, "No, a hard-boiled egg is in the shell. I want you to crack it out of the shell, and then I want you to cook it for 5 minutes. I don't want it to be oozy and gooey. I don't like it. I don't like that texture. Cooked eggs, beautiful. I love you. Partially cooked eggs, illegal." So when I do my poached eggs for myself, like I do know how to do them properly, as in not massively overcooked, and I do that for my family because that's what they prefer. But see, I don't even want it then, honestly. Like, I don't like that oozy texture. And like, my scrambled eggs are not really scrambled. They're just like chopped up omelet, you know? I want them so cooked. So cooked. But with poached eggs, if you're getting to a hard yolk, you can hit a really nice sweet spot where the yolk is like a really, really good silky texture, which is how good hard-boiled eggs should be, but you can't really get there. Or at least I haven't been able to get there. I can get there with poached eggs because I can poke it. Oh, that sucks, tomato. I hate when there's something you like and then your body is like, actually, fuck you. That's like the worst. I'm like that with a lot of spicy foods now. I think I have like a mild allergic reaction to capsaicin now, which makes me so sad. Because, like, there's this spot underneath my eye that swells up now if a food is too spicy, specifically with peppers. And it's just like the worst. It's like, why would you do this to me? I don't want to be a white girl stereotype this way. Although I do like a lot of strange texture foods. So like ones that are like controversial, like you know those prepackaged meringues that you can get that are like the texture of drywall? Love those. Those slap. Same with stale Peeps. Oh, interesting, Sleepy. See, I cook my food in the microwave so that everything is so hot that it burns me. Which is totally a normal thing for somebody to do. Yeah, that's fair. Like, I can understand, like, conceptually why that would be good, but it's definitely not a me thing. Oh, look at that. That's love. Our weird food habit. Yeah, like I can understand that for sure, Sleepy. But it's also kind of like how I really prefer massively overcooked meat because the more you overcook it, the more similar all the texture is. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that makes sense, tomato, so you even it all out. I can get behind that. Like I won't do it that way, but I can understand. Yes, exactly. Sleepy, sleepy. We're so same brain right now. Like I just want it all to be the same texture. And like my brother cooks things properly. Like he's a really good cook, so he doesn't overcook chicken. So I will often like cut it up and then stick it in the microwave when he's not looking. He knows I do it. Like it's not a secret. But I'll overcook it in the microwave. Like, I don't know. I think like the only meat, and I guess I was gonna say the only meat that I really don't eat overcooked, like don't request overcooked, is steak. But I also almost always eat filet mignon, which is the most consistent texture out of steaks. So I was gonna be like, well, with this one I don't. And then I was like, wait, I picked the most expensive one because it is the most similar texture across the board. So never mind, I take it back. Not that I get to eat steak all that much, but generally just when my dad is paying. Yeah, same, sleepy. I also don't like meat fat. That's also a thing. So I trim the fat off of like everything and I don't eat it. I also don't like gravy because of the mouthfeel. It just feels icky. Yeah, see, I've always had somebody who like is like, "Why won't you eat that?" And I'm like, "You can eat it." And they'll be like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, let's go." My grandma always used to eat it because so she and my great grandma was a teenager during the Great Depression, um, and then raised my grandmother, and so they both were like hell yeah meat fat people and didn't want it to go to waste. So they would always just take the meat fat off my plate. Just like, more for you guys. Have fun. I don't want to eat that. Which, like, for the most part, my family has been really good about meal weirdness. That's one of the things that, as an adult, I really appreciate most about how my mom raised us, was that we were always encouraged to try stuff, but you had to try something before you said you couldn't like it. So, like, if you were trying a new food and you thought you wouldn't like it, you weren't allowed to say you didn't like it until you had actually tried it. But if you tried it and then legitimately didn't like it, you didn't have to eat any more of it. You just had to try it. That was the rule. And my mom was always really good about having backups for stuff that we didn't like. And I'm the pickiest eater in my immediate family by like a long shot. I'm not like that picky, all things considered, but I was the pickiest in my family. So whenever my mom made, broccoli or Brussels sprouts, she would make steamed carrots for me and stuff. So that was definitely a really good thing that my mom did for us. I don't like how distinct that line is right there. Let's mellow you out a little, buddy. That's better. Okay. My brain just completely stopping for a second. We're fine. Brain work ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does. Yeah, and I think because my mom had that rule for us where we knew we wouldn't get trapped eating something, it was always like really good for us not doing that, you know? Because it is easy to get just like squicked out by food, for sure. Because some stuff is just weird or you haven't encountered it, so you don't know what to expect and all that kind of stuff. But because of that rule, we had the ability to try things without ending up stuck, which is important. Like, we never had a finish your plate rule kind of a thing, which wasn't really an issue for us. We were good eaters in general, but yeah, I'm like that too, Sleepy. Yeah, sometimes you're just like, I really hate this, and then you try it later and you're like, oh, well, I guess not. Which is easy to do. But like, so I do eat broccoli now. I don't particularly enjoy it, but I'll eat it. But I still don't like Brussels sprouts, and I'll retry stuff every once in a while just to make sure I don't like it. And so far, I haven't changed that much. I really don't like Brussels sprouts. I still don't like gravy. I really don't like cabbage. Like, there's plenty of things. But I have changed on some stuff. So I eat a lot more fish than I used to, for instance, which is good living in Alaska where there's a lot of frickin' fish. You know. But I think just giving yourself the opportunity to try again with low stakes is big, which gets difficult when you're buying your own groceries. Because if you buy enough to try, you know, then you end up stuck with a bunch, which leads you back to the same situation that was not good for you as a kid. It is the problem, for sure. Hello, Sky. I think also just people being assholes about food preferences is part of the issue. Because people get like really pissy about different food preferences. It's really weird. Like, well, when I was a kid, we had to finish everything on our plate. And I'm like, okay, but it doesn't have to be like that for everybody. Ah, good. Have a good sleep, Sky. Okay, I'm seeing some spots in here that are good. Let's futz with it a little bit more. So, like right through here. I have gotten so powerful, I can make myself not sneeze. Ah, thanks, Sky. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. Which is not healthy for anybody involved. Like, and it's really just boils down to people trying to control other people in a way that isn't healthy. And it messes with your brain, like a lot. Yeah. And like, to be clear here, like, I still have issues with food. I just have different issues with food. Because your girl does have an eating disorder, so, you know, mostly recovered. I have bad days, but I'm a lot better about it than I used to be. But yeah, because even though my mom did do a lot of really good stuff with how we were supposed to eat food, we still did have a lot of body negativity in my house. So, you know. But we can limit the amount of sides that comes from, you know? Okay, that's looking pretty good. We'll carve that out a little bit more when it dries. Or maybe I want to let it soften up as we get further back. Nah, that'll look weird. I think I'll probably end up doing a whole wash over this at the end to smudge it a little bit. Soften it back up. Sorry, I'm chewing on the paintbrush. I shouldn't do that. For multiple reasons. It's such a sunny day out today. We've been having like wild weather here. Like we had like a huge windstorm, like the worst that I've ever seen here, which is impressive, a little bit ago. And like it was so bad that some of the houses up on Hilltop had their windows blow out, like they broke because the winds were so high. It was wild. And now it's just, you know, sunny and just barely at freezing and crazy. The roads are so icy. Oh, I did also get the, oh, I didn't take the sexual warning off of my stream today. That's fine. Ooh, nice. I did get this file prepped. So I'll be printing that out probably this coming weekend, if I don't find time this week. And getting that ready. I haven't decided yet what kind of laminate I want to use on it. I might do the hearts. Might do something else. I don't know. Have to wait and see what I'm vibing with when we get there. But this will be the Patreon sticker for next month, for February. So yeah. So this one will be coming next month. Well, coming next month. Get it? I didn't do that on purpose, but that works. So yeah, if you want this one, you should join my Patreon sticker club tier next month. Something coming in your mailbox, I guess. I don't know. You guys put that one together. I think I'm gonna fold some stars while we sit here. Because if I don't keep my hands busy, my brain will explode. Let's do some lilac, huh? There you go. I mean, you guys already have my pickle that you get to spread around Twitch, so. And my goopy wiener. That matter. So next, you could have my package delivered to your box, you know. That's a good one, Tomato. What is that? Let me see you. Oh, that's one of Charlie's. That's cute. I love it. guess I can pull this over here so you guys can actually see the container. That's 2 sheets. There we go. Oh, there was an alert that I was thinking I might add. I sent it to Grim a while back, but it's just a shut up thing, and it's really funny. Shut up. Shut your mouth like this. I did save it, I just didn't upload it. My brain has been a bit all over the place the last little bit, which makes sense, because as aforementioned, I'm drastically changing my brain chemistry, which I think mostly has evened out. I think the side effects are mostly done, but still, that meant that I didn't get any work done for a few days, which fair. It's almost like if you change your brain chemistry, your brain chemistry changes. Who would have thunk it? I always think that sound in this song in specific is the paper slicer sound that I have for one of my alerts. I know, right? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Although we'll see if it does what it's actually supposed to do. You guys just want to know my entire medical history, right? I've been pretty open about this. It's not a big deal. But part of the reason I wanted to get a hysterectomy, aside from just not wanting to use those organs for their intended purpose, is because my PMDD has been getting worse as I've gotten older, and it's awful, and I hate it, and I only feel like myself for 2 weeks out of the month. And so the first line of defense in this is to put you on antidepressants and see if that helps level out your mood. So we aren't there to test that yet. But we did have a mild life event yesterday that normally would have sent me into a depression spiral, but I didn't end up there. So that's a good sign. We'll see if it helped with the PMDD stuff. I'm really hoping because, holy shit. Just, it's awful. It's awful. I'm managing pretty well. But having been on the antidepressant for a literal week now, it's been a week, singular week. I'm like, is this how people's brains are supposed to work? What? Is this, have I still been killing it this hard while also carrying a 3,000-pound weight with me everywhere I go? Holy shit. You mean you don't go into a spiral because you forgot to throw something away out of the refrigerator so it rotted? Other people aren't dealing with that, at all? What? Ma'am? Yeah, it definitely is making a difference. And luckily for me, because I'm just like this as a person, I really keep track of my brain stuff. I do mood tracking on a regular basis, I have for over a year and stuff like that. And yeah, Shawnee, I know, I'm sorry. There are a lot of different approaches, and I'm glad that this one seems to be working pretty well for me. But it also is not the only way to do that. But I don't know, it's wild to me. Ugh. But since I keep such close track of how I'm all the time, which I proved to my doctor, who I don't think was prepared. So my doctor, obviously you go, okay, we're dealing with PMDD. What have you been doing to manage your symptoms on your own and that kind of stuff? And I plopped a year and a half worth of journals and mood tracking on my lap and was like, okay, so I'm doing all the things that people would tell you to do. So I'm doing mood tracking, I'm doing journaling, I'm doing meditation, I'm doing mindfulness, I'm doing yoga. Um, you know, I'm trucking, man. I'm doing the best I fucking can right now. I do exercise, I do this, I do that, that kind of stuff. And she was like, okay, so you're clearly like, you've been managing. And I'm like, I sure have been managing. I would like to be managing less. Thank you. Um, like, I am doing all the things. You have no idea what you just signed up for. Um, but the surprise on her face was pretty funny to me. And it wasn't like a bad surprise, like, oh my God, this person is crazy. It was more just like, oh my God, she's so prepared. And I was like, yeah, I'm over prepared all the time forever. Um, yeah, exactly, Tomato. Surviving would like to be thriving. And I do think that I have been doing like a lot better, which is good for me. I also have already, I think I've mentioned this on stream before, but I'm on a wait list for a mental health clinic as well. I was just like, hey, like, girly, you have no idea what I've been doing. Here, you want to see the correlation between how often I have suicidal thoughts and my menstrual cycle? Because I have that tracked, baby. Um, so, because I'm so, like, very adamant about tracking my own experiences, I can tell a lot sooner when something has had a big difference. Which is good, because the reason I started doing that was to notice patterns, and that's one of the patterns that I noticed was PMDD, and that one we can, move forward and work on fixing. So that's the important part. But also it's like really funny to me to just be like so on top of everything all the time, and nobody being like, ah, you must have anxiety. Because, you know. Yeah, that's good, Shawnee. Still kicking, heart is still ticking. Surviving would rather be thriving. Yeah, you know. Oh, yeah, I can show you actually. Let me go grab one of my old journals. You know what? It's about at the hour mark, so I'm going to take a break and run to the bathroom, and I'll come back and bring my journal with me, and then we can talk about it. Okay? So I will be right back. I don't know if it will let me run ads right now, will it? It will. Okay, so I'm going to run 3 minutes of ads, and then we'll meet back here, and I can discuss my journaling methods with you guys. I can grab the one from last year. I know what I'm doing. I don't remember how to stream. Okay, I'll meet you guys back here in just a second. And it was the Gosling one, Shadi. Okay. I think you're all back now. I'm also back. So, here is a week of my journal. So this is from December. But this is a good one to show. So, as in, I don't have anything horribly embarrassing in here because sometimes, you know, you have things that you don't want to show other people. So I just did a little time to check it out and all that jazz. Okay, so I do a month spread and a week spread. So the month here, I have like my little calendar and my monthly goals and stuff here, and then I write like dates and stuff, and I have some tracking on here. And then so the months, I also have like full month tracking for certain things that I'm keeping track of. So lately, I've been tracking when I'm doing social activities where I'm in charge of some areas. So like streams where I mod or my own stream would be social, I'm in charge. And social where I'm not in charge. So like hanging out with my boyfriend or talking to my friends or something. That kind of stuff. And then I'm also doing a month mood tracker so that I can see that at a glance. But I do also break it down by week. So I have just like the days up here, I have things I'm doing in this ring. This is medicine tracking, so the different colors mean different medicines for me. And there are a couple habits here that I was like adding to my routine to keep track of. And then things that are standard keep track of things for me are down here. And then I have a little thing with like nice things that happened to me in the week. So I do just, it's kind of like a mindfulness positivity thing where I just write things that made me happy throughout the week. And then the mood tracking here is a little bit different than a lot of people do it. So for each day, I have three bits. So I break down my mood per day to like a morning, afternoon, and night kind of situation. Because one of the things I found with my depression specifically is that, well, if I only do like track one mood for the whole day, it will color the view of the entire day. So if I get to the end of the day, I will forget that I had like a good morning because my depression has lied to me and won't let me remember that. So I find it a lot more helpful for myself to break it down into 3 parts of the day, and then I can see the whole day and then pull what that means. So here's Saturday, for instance here. So I have all of the colors mean different things to me. I'll tell you guys these ones because it's not scary for me. But so pink is like lovey-dovey. Right, that's what I'm romanceable, if you will, and yellow is like focus. Generally like hyper focus, or I've been focusing on work really well and didn't get distracted. So I was like hella lovey-dovey on Saturday, and I know exactly why that is because I had hangout time with my boyfriend that day. So if you're doing stuff like this, you can find correlations like that. And then since I can look at these 3 and see that it's mostly lovey-dovey, I can say, okay, today was a lovey-dovey day. And then I've changed how I was doing this on the month view. So I now have this is a stencil. So I have the like morning, evening, and night, so I can break that down into 3 the same way that I was doing instead of just doing the 1. But you can see in like a lot of these squares, I have multiple colors in them. So it lets me like put down everything I'm feeling, but then also have the exercise of going, okay, well, what was the main feeling from all of that? So it lets me pick out and choose which I found was most overwhelming for the day and stuff like that. And it's really good for if you have difficulty figuring out what emotion you're feeling, having that exercise of like going, okay, well, I was feeling all of these things, but I think that the main feeling was this one. And that's like a really good exercise in order to be able to understand your emotions while they're happening. So I started doing that, and then you can see just like my month changes through here, specifically because I was getting the green is anxiety. So I was getting some anxious, depression, loneliness stuff right through here before I was leaving for family vacation. And like I know the reason for that. So I'm able to look at it and be like, okay, these were the reasons for those feelings. That's why I was feeling, stressed out and anxious and depressed. So once you start tracking it, you can start noticing a lot more patterns, which can help you figure out which things are serving you and which things aren't serving you, and which things you have to do even if they aren't serving you, but you can prepare yourself better for having to deal with it because you've noticed that you have these reactions. So that's the way I do it. Obviously, that's not the only way anybody has ever done it, but I found that really helpful for like breaking down for myself what I'm feeling and then figuring out where those are coming from, because that's difficult for me. But I've gotten a lot better at it because I've been doing this. So I've been doing this specifically for over a year. And then, let me see, hang on. Are any of these super embarrassing? I don't think so. I never use people's full names when I journal, which helps. But so then I do so I have the month layout, I have the week layout, and then I just have my journal, which I do a to-do list. I write like whatever is happening on the day. I have a morning check-in, so I check in like first thing when I wake up and like after I brush my teeth to say how I'm doing and how I'm feeling. I do a tarot card draw of the day, which is just like a little thought exercise for me. And then I will like do a free write. And sometimes they're long and sometimes they're short. It's just like whatever the vibe is, But then I'll do that, and then the next week we'll have another week layout like that. So, and I'm pretty consistent with how I do this. I did change this one a little bit because I was trying a different shape for the mood tracking, and I change it like if I'm feeling like I want to, It's just whatever will keep you journaling is the important part. So, yeah, if there are any more questions about that, I'm happy to answer. But my journal ends up like half to-do list and half rambles. So, yeah. So this is last year's basically. So each of these tabs is the month layout so that I can pop back to it. But if you ever want help figuring out a layout or something, Tomato, I'm always happy to help out. Because I don't know, like there isn't one right way to do it. You really need to do whatever's going to work for you, but it can feel really overwhelming to get started. Which I do have way on the back burner at this point. I did make a bunch of assets for the color of the month 1 month to make a preset journal, kind of like how I do mine, that I was going to call a joy journal, because part of it is like retraining your brain to recognize joy again, especially if you've been through a mental health crisis. So, yep, exactly. And I think a lot of times with this stuff too, especially with the whole bullet journal vibe, is you get so stuck in wanting to make it pretty, you forget that it needs to be functional. So for a while in here, let me see if I can find one. I was doing like, yeah, this one's good. I was doing like really visual drawing things, and then I realized that I was like avoiding getting that done because I like didn't have any good ideas and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? We're just gonna make shapes. So I was doing this like for a while. Let me see what other ones I have in here. There was one where I did like a charcuterie board. Here's like some honey that I did, which is when I decided that I really liked this shape for mood tracking. Artist layout. So I was just coloring in these specific things with stuff. But yeah, exactly. I feel that for sure. Because like I will like sketch something in my journal occasionally, but like I have a sketchbook for that has better paper that I can actually, here's the charcuterie board. So I was doing like really complicated ones for a while, and then I was just like, no, we're doing shapes because this is taking way more of my time than I need it to. I only have so much time, Yeah, and I enjoyed doing them while I was doing it. So it really like don't get married to one specific way. If it's not still working for you, you can always change it, which is why I do mine like week by week because it makes it a lot easier to change as you're going. And I've changed what I've been tracking because once I figure out one method of doing something, I don't need to break it down into certain stuff. So, like when I was working really hard to eat 3 meals a day, I had tracking for each meal. So, because, and which is how I noticed that lunch is my worst meal of the day because it like messes with my momentum a lot. But now that I've gotten better about that, I just have one block that says I ate 3 meals today, kind of a thing. Um, so it adapts, you know. But yeah, that's how I do it. And I've found it really helpful. It was also, hi Big White Bear. It is also, yeah, really nice to just walk into the doctor and be like, this is the problem. I have evidence. Yeah, and as always, feel free to DM me if you want to see like more examples of my pages or whatever. I'm fine with sending those to you. Um, or if you just, I don't know, want to chat, that's also fine. That is not the brush I meant to pick up. I meant this one. Thank you. But this is actually dry now, so good work distracting me for the exact right amount of time. Yeah, that's totally fair, Tomato. I also, like, I'm not great at, like, talking to people always. Just because I don't know, I almost always enjoy my own company to anything else. And I'm just like that. I'm also very introverted. So, like, I don't think to talk to people. Like, it just does not cross my frame of mind ever. It's like, wow, I'm feeling really lonely. I guess I'll just go play Animal Crossing or something. It's like, bitch, you could talk to somebody, you know? Like, that's a thing that is open to you. You have so many people who want to talk to you. Just talk to somebody, dumbass. It's so stupid. It's so silly. Like, brains, man, they're so weird. Exactly, Tomato, exactly. It's like I have so many people who are always like, "Oh, you should come talk to me anytime you want." And I'm like, "Okay, but they don't really mean that, right?" It's so silly. That's fair, Shawnee. I will say that I've gotten a lot better about that, especially like making friends with people. Because I just figure I'll just go like super hard into being a friend like the way that I want to, and if people don't like it, they can tell me to stop. Or they can just stop talking to me. That's also perfectly valid. Which is why I think I end up being like way friendlier with a lot of streamers. It's just because I like go whole hog into it, you know? Because like I think a lot of times, especially me in the past, I think a lot of times people get so hung up on thinking that they're an inconvenience or something, or like people are just being polite to them out of an obligation, that you forget that the other person has whole ass agency and is a whole ass person in and of themselves and has their own opinions. So you're just like putting your own thoughts about your worth onto somebody else without them having any say in that whatsoever. So I've tried really hard to combat that in myself. It's kind of like Shawnee will know the Tumblr post I'm talking about, but I think you must hate me when I'm not around thing, where like you're making up this version of somebody else without talking to them about it first because you don't treasure yourself. And I think that's a lot of times what keeps us from talking to other people. So I've been working really hard to not do that with myself and just trust that other people will tell me if they don't want me there. Yeah, Shawnee gets it. I knew you would. But I have never once thought you were too much, Johnny. Exactly. And see, that's mean. That's a mean way to think about somebody else. Being like, oh, anytime I talk to them, they're annoyed with me. That's a mean way to consider somebody else. Like, that's not nice to anybody involved. And like, I had to have that reckoning with myself too, so I'm attacking all of you at the same time. Wow, this blue looks like way more intense on stream than it does in person. Oh, I also have a random hair attached to my brush. Excuse you. But like, I do think that that's a pretty common thing with people who are neurodivergent too, because we have been told that we exist wrong for a really long time. You know? No, you're not, Tomato. Yeah. I'll just tell you straight up, you're not. There's no such thing as too old for community. Yeah. We're all just doing our best, man. And honestly, like, there are some places where it can feel like you aren't welcome because you're of a certain age, but honestly, it's better for everybody if we have more points of reference for people. So it's better to be like the one older person in a group because it means that other people are getting a new perspective, which is good for all of our brains. It keeps us elastic, you know? Yeah, I know, Shawnee. It's so wild that there are people who have joined Tumblr like since I was there and they're like, "You're too old." And I was like, "You came into my house." Too old my ass. You're too young. Go away. Because I mean, really, at the end of the day, we should all be learning from each other. Because we all have different perspectives, and sometimes that perspective is age, and sometimes that perspective is place, and sometimes that perspective is other areas of our identities. Yeah, don't cite deep or the old magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written. Yeah. Yep. That that GIF gets used a lot on Tumblr in these exact situations. Yeah, that's fair. I've been there since like 2011 on the same username. I actually had a different username before that, but that's deep secrets. I think maybe 2 people know about that who visit my stream occasionally. Well, 3, I guess. 3. Um, but yeah, I've been there for ages. I have had the same username pretty much the whole time. Um, yeah, that's totally fair, Big White Bear. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's part of why people think I'm so perceptive, actually. It's just because I'm used to just sitting there and reading the room and not actually saying anything until it's relevant or until I have a really good singer. Because, like, what's the point of talking if you don't have something big to say, right? But I just pick up on stuff really fast. Oh, yeah, same. I have a lot of side blocks. I have a bunch that were Animal Crossing New Leaf ones, actually, that I haven't touched in ages. Because I was deep in the Animal Crossing community during the worst of my depression. Like, that was why I was alive at one point. It's so wild. Yeah, I like listening to people, and I like, I don't know, just catching the vibes until I get what we're going for, and then I'll pipe up. Except in Twitch chats. If you let me into your community, I will never shut up again. And that is proven every year when they bring out the, Twitch Wrapped or whatever they call it. Because I have a lot of chats. I have a lot to say in Twitch chats. Oh, that's nice, Shawnee. I never did roleplay, really. Yeah, I think that there needs to be like a human equivalent to slow blinking, like cats do, just to say like I'm vibing and having fun without having to like say anything. Maybe we need to make a little sign to put on our foreheads. I don't know. Because like I just like listening to people. Okay, I think that's pretty good. These ones are a little bit too regular. So let's futz with you guys a little bit, huh? Is that better? Yeah. The guy standing in the corner meme is like so real. Let's do that. I think that will feel better. All right. Okay, the problem with me having started this and then used my paint palette in between is I don't remember what all colors I used. I remember that the top of this I mixed in Prussian blue. I remember that much. Yes, exactly. They don't know that I'm having the time of my life even though I'm so quiet. But I do think I need to clean this up a little bit because we've got stuff everywhere. Which I think I've finished using most of those colors, so it's not going to be a big deal. I need to remember that I put more of the lavender color on there so it's still wet, so I can't squish it. I can't squimsh it. Okay. That's better. Oh, I just hit the mic. Sorry, guys. Apologies, I didn't mean to smack you. Okay. I'm guessing I probably did the darker purple there. And then probably just did that lavender with a little bit more pinky in it here. That seems like what I would do. So let's try it, see what we think. That's great, Big White Bear. It's funny how often, like, just being quiet will get you praise. Because nobody thinks to be quiet for 5 seconds. It's so weird. Yeah, that's totally fair. Empathy is hard, which is why I usually say compassion instead of empathy. Just because there are so many diagnoses that list low empathy as a thing, you know. But compassion is something you can learn, and some of the people that I know with low empathy diagnoses are actually like the most compassionate people I've ever seen in my life. So I'm always careful about that. But it is hard. Like it's not being considerate and stuff is like a learned skill and it's difficult. And I feel like some people think that it should just be like an inherent trait, but it really isn't. Like part of the reason I'm as compassionate as I am is because one, I didn't really have a choice because I was in charge of being an emotional regulator for much of my childhood. And two, because I decided that I didn't want to make anybody else feel the way that I felt about some things. So I was very careful about how I treat other people and made sure to learn the right words and the right reactions to stuff, you know? Which takes work. And I think that some people forget that it really takes work. Mm-hmm. Right, we got some fun blooms going. Yeah. So, pretty much it's just putting down a layer of pigment and then doing plain water over top, and it pushes the pigment from where the plain water is. So it's just called a bloom is the proper term for that. Um, and to do clouds, I pretty much just do a bunch of blooms together to give it a more organic shape because like if I wanted to go through and do shapes on my own, just like humans in general will tend to make like the same shapes repeatedly and it doesn't look as good to me. So I use that as a way to like allow natural shapes to enter without thinking about it too hard. And then I'll just go back through with a darker color like we did down here and just kind of deepen up some of those areas. Bluebills is also good. We could also call them bluebies if we felt like it, I guess. Especially right through here, since it's blue. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. I mean, I have, like, this is based off of a real photo of me. I'm just saying. Um, I have some assets. Large tracts of clouds, you know. No need to apologize, Shawnee. It's funny. And I knew exactly what you were referencing. I'm a little bit more low energy today, I think, but I think that's reasonable. I was worried about streaming a little bit today, but it's fine. Exactly. Big White Bear picked up what I was putting down. Yep. Oh, good. I'm glad, Shawnee. I always like chatting with you. And I'm glad I was actually talking with Cap about this a little bit ago. Cap was like, I don't know where I first met Shawnee, like which stream it was. I was thinking about it. I was like, where did I first meet Shawnee? Shawnee is just like a given in my universe at this point. I was like, I'm pretty sure it was an Eyes stream. And then I just kind of like dragged you with me everywhere else I went for a while. Like, but I may be wrong. I don't know. Do you remember? Oh, good. I'm glad you guys are having a nice time. That's the important part. Hi, Aria. Yeah, Shawnee better always be. If Shawnee disappears, I'm gonna be heartbroken. Oh, Aria, I kept meaning to message you. Did you want those stickers? Did you want the extra cat stickers I have? Because I can send them to you. I keep meaning to message you and then forgetting. Yeah, I figured we both ADHD'd pretty hard. Generally speaking, if both of us have said, like both of me and somebody else have said something and we both don't mention again, I just assume we both forgot. Like... But yeah, I can send those to you. I just need your address, so. Oh, I would love some art, but I'm fine with just giving them to you. Like, I'm not concerned about it. They're just extras, so. Not a biggie. Ooh, I do like abstract art. I'm just not good at it. I always try to make, like, things, you know? But yeah, if you want to make me some art, I'm totally down with that. Never turned down an art. Yes, I do understand the collect sticker drive. For sure. That side's dry, this side's still wet. Dry faster. I want to finish this today. Because I want to get all of the layers done and then add some metallic gold is my plan. I'm only missing 2 of the secret ones. And I'm like, I will buy more cat packs, don't get me wrong. But also, please, Lib, please. Please? They have I have Frankie and Kiki, I think. I think I need Frodo and Lily. My sticker book is in the other room because I was putting stickers on my journal for this year, so I dragged it in there. Well, for this year. For the first 6 months, anyway. Because the journals I've been getting can fit 6 months in them. Ish. It's not super consistent because I change my layouts on stuff, but about that. Maybe I should take this opportunity while that's drying to work on this a little bit, to put in some metallics in certain spots, because I want the Tamagotchi and the body glitter to have little sparkles. in the plastic. Well, the body glitter, I wanted to have glitter in the body. You know what I mean. But I do actually have my metallics out here, and we need to wait for that to dry anyway, so I can just do this. You guys can watch me paint the tiniest little bits. Bisexual snob. Thank you. I think this is the color I want, but just like double check. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Yes, we love our little gay snom. I do wish the person who made those would make more flags. I wonder if I could like commission them or something. But they made them like ages ago. I added those for Pride, and then I was just like, you know what? These are too fun. I think that I'll keep them forever. We do love Snom. I also love its cry. It's so cute. I really wish that Discord would let us do our own sounds like AIM used to, so that I could have Snom sound as my notification sound. Like, yes, it would cause problems for me with the alert, but also it would be delightful and I would love it. Because it's like such a nicer sound. I don't like the Discord sound. It's too violent. I need a quieter sound. And I don't like that they keep changing it for the frickin' holidays. Stop. Don't do that. I don't like change. This is ending up looking like lines and not scattered sparkles, but that's okay. Yeah, for like the just like the text alert in Discord is what I'm thinking of specifically. The call alert is fine because I don't do calls all that often. But they did change, so like for the holidays, like around Christmas, they had like little jingle bells added to a bunch of stuff, and for Halloween they had like spooky sounds added, and they didn't warn me, and so I got a call and like shit my pants because I was scared. But I do miss the days when like customization didn't cost you money. You know? When it was just like built in to the platform, because that was a thing that we understood that people liked. You know? Yeah, the problem is capitalism. I still need to figure out a sound for that. I don't have an idea. Do you guys have an idea for what the sound should be for that? Also, there are a couple sounds that I think I'm gonna change on my stuff, actually. Yes! Oh, nice, Bean! Thank you! Oh yeah, I made mixtapes like the old-fashioned way. So I had a boombox radio that had a cassette player and a CD player, so it wasn't old, But yeah, I definitely made mixtapes off the radio. I also would regularly, because I had to go to school when the talk show was on in the morning on the radio station I liked, I would record the first like hour or whatever of it on a cassette tape. So I would set it to record as I was leaving the house, and then I would listen to it when I got home. BP! Hi! How's it going, buddy? Yeah, we sure do. Who else infected their computer with LimeWire back in the day? Hello. I downloaded a bunch of songs, and one of them was a Britney Spears song. I forget the right title of it. Maybe it's just Prerogative. But it had a little thing at the beginning that somebody had added in, which people did a lot. Like, you just added in a like random promo or something for your channel or whatever. And so I still to this day get confused when the beginning of that song doesn't go Monsters Inc. Because that's what was at the beginning of the version that I downloaded when I was a teenager. It's so stupid. Yeah, LimeWire was post Napster, really. But yeah, back in the good old days where the internet was a location. But yeah, I did also infect it and then fix it. But I don't know. Back in the day.
Now, here comes the music.
I don't know that I actually like this better. But we've committed at this point. It's fine. Maybe I should have tested it on the body glitter first. But I do think that there is a purple glitter that I can use for that one. I think maybe I just need to do another wash over the top of it a little bit, and that will make me feel better. Because then it will feel like it's in the plastic versus on top of the plastic. I think that's really my issue. Yeah. Although I definitely got caught looking at things that I was not supposed to on the internet at one point. After that, I was smart enough and covered my trail. These kids are infected with Fortnite and their Skibidi Toilet, and I'm so proud of them. Like, you gotta have weird shit when you're a kid that the adults don't really understand. And really, why it's funny is because it's just random and adults don't understand. Like, that's so important. Oh, thanks for subscribing, BP! Hope you enjoy your emotes and, I don't know, just hanging out. With minimal ads and all that jazz. I don't know. For me, it was just Grr was like 90% of the weird thing that adults didn't understand. Yep. There is probably still a video of me screaming. Have I told you guys this story? Oh, they did? That's big news. That's interesting. Oh, interesting. But yeah, so Newsgrounds, there's probably a video of me still up there somewhere from like 2005, screaming in the background of a really big firework explosion because me and my friends snuck into a private school's lawn and set off a big firework thing that we had made. I say we had made. I was just there because I was somebody's girlfriend. Yeah, I think that color will be good. Okay. It would have been like 2005 or 2004 probably. But hi, scientist! I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. You guys could tell me anything was in Fortnite and I would just believe you because like there's so much weird shit in there. I don't understand. I think that we all know, like deep down in our hearts, that Miku and Snoop Dogg would not fight each other. They would share a fat blunt. Like that just feels true in my soul. That's true. Shawnee has never been in Fortnite. I also have not been in Fortnite to my knowledge. But considering how great they are with other people's IP, like maybe I'm in there. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Yeah, I don't think they'd fight each other. I think they'd puff puff pass. I hope you've been doing well, scientist. I know we haven't run into each other much lately. Okay, that made like no difference that you guys could see, but it looks pretty different. Just one of those things. I got a song stuck in my head that I didn't even listen to today. Okay, that vibes. I love that. I might need to mess with this, the Tamagotchi a little bit more. That's totally fair, Tomato. I'm just happy that anybody decides to hang out, honestly. There's still like Oh, perfect. Thank you, Arya. Um, there's still like even though I've been doing this for like a year and a half, there's still that like little tiny streamer fear that's like, "Oh, what if I start up and just nobody wants to come hang out with me?" Which is so silly because like one, I could just sit here and do art by myself. It's not that big a deal. And two, y'all have been coming by pretty regularly for a significant amount of time, some of you. So it's like not a big deal on either front. But still, there's like that little bullied kid in your head that's like, what if nobody comes to your birthday party? Which did happen to me once. Which is probably why it feels like such a big deal. That's not the brush I want. I want this brush. Oh man, Big White Bear folding your laundry. You're the most adult in this chat right now. I'll be fully honest, my laundry does not get folded at this moment in time. I do really like folding laundry. I also need to do laundry this week. I will probably do it tomorrow. But I don't really have a proper place to put my laundry when it's folded, so it's all just kind of like in specific piles. Totally valid. I enjoy folding laundry and washing windows. Those are like, and vacuuming. Those are the things that I enjoy doing. Are those the things that I often do? No. Oh, all good. Thank you, Aria. I'll get those mailed out as soon as I can. I do have them pulled out and like set aside, which is why I thought about it when you showed up today, was because I was looking at those and I was like, why did I pull this out? Like, oh, right. I remember now. Yeah, our driveway is a bit of a nightmare. So our driveway is like super duper steep. And the mailbox, as you might expect, is at the end of the driveway. But it is so icy. Yeah, same, Big White Bear. Our dishwasher broke a while back. And my dad was like, what do you guys want for Christmas? And I was like, a new dishwasher. And I picked a nice dishwasher. I looked at so many reviews. And it is wild to me how many dishwashers have a fucking app now. I'm tired of this. We don't need an app for it. Well, you can start the dishwasher from outside your house. Why would I need to do that? I need to be there to put the dishes in it. That's so stupid. Stop it. Stop it. Ours is a KitchenAid one. And it has a third rack on the top, and it's great. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. See, ours, the way that it broke, it wasn't draining the water out, so we couldn't even really use it as a drying rack because it fucking reeked in there. Hi, girl! So it was the worst of all worlds, really, but it's not a problem now. But we had to hand wash dishes for like a really long time around that, and it was awful, and I hated it. What's the point? That's where I started from. Right? And I really don't understand why people think that the app is a good idea, because it isn't. Like, one, it's stealing your data. Two, it's so much easier to force your machine to break if it's getting software updates. You don't need a software update for a fucking dishwasher. You don't need it. You don't. Yeah, we couldn't get it fixed. So there have been a lot of like plumbing problems and stuff in our house because the people who lived here before us trusted the next door neighbor to do a lot of handyman stuff, and they should not have. So there was something like wrong in addition to the problem. So we had to do something a little more complex. But yeah, we now have a dishwasher. It works. It's great. I love it. Hello, Grab. Again. Oh, no work is nice. We've gotten that one every single time. Haven't we? This stream for hydrates? I'm concerned about that. Is it not? No, there we go. Okay. I'll double hydrate. That's okay. And it proved that I was wrong and that mix-up was still working. All right. Sippy number 1. Sippy number 2. Accomplish. I do a stretchy.
This is a self-care checkpoint. Do you need to take meds? Get some water, some food? Take a break or a stretch? Please do so now. Thank you.
I will say that I've been drinking like a lot more water since I started the meds. Like a lot more. Your girl is thirsty. So I appreciate it. Especially like when I'm talking a bunch too. But alright, hand and whisk stretchies. I did a regular stretchy. Now we do this kind of stretchy. Well, it's a good thing I'm not trying to escape it then. I put it there on purpose. Although I think my hands are doing pretty good, really, all things considered. All right. Is that everything I was supposed to do? Yes, I believe so. All right. I do kind of want to change this a little bit. It looks too uniform to me. Oh, Shawnee, you're a lesbian now. Congratulations. I think maybe if I just carve out some of the inner bits here, that would be a little better. Oh, I missed it. I didn't see what you got, girl. Oh, that doesn't track, does it? But the snom has spoken. For today, you're ace. Deal with it. Okay, I think that's a little better. At least until I end stream. So like max another hour. I think you can manage that probably. Well, that tracks. Congratulations, Grim. You're still trans. Lesbian. The times that I shout lesbian, when people redeem Snom and when lesbian shows up in my chat. Lesbian, the Twitch user. Yeah, you never know. Some days you're too tired to be trans, which is totally valid. Good, Shoddy. I do think I'm probably going to end up finishing before Rainbow goes live, which means I'm going to have to figure out somebody else to raid. Just streamer problems. I'm just so consistent with like who I raid that it's like, oh god, I need to figure out somebody else now? Good lord. I need to think? That's illegal. And I do follow plenty of people, and there will be some of them live, but they aren't always people that I want to go visit right then when I'm all eepy tired from streaming. Yeah, it's like hard to pick people, which is why I have like my little handful of people and I go visit them a lot. Yep. So we'll see. A few people who I followed who like took hiatuses are back, which is good. So I might line up with them now. It's also a different day. Like this is the first Monday I've been streaming. So I don't know everybody's schedule anymore for this. Because usually Rainbow would be streaming right now and then I could go raid her, but she just moved frickin' time zones, so. Yeah. I usually like check like as I'm ending and I'm like, all right, who do I recognize on this list of people I follow? Yeah, I meant to make like an actual proper announcement post on socials and then I just did not do that. So although you did have pre-warning, Grim, so that's too blue. More pink. There we go. Yeah, which is totally fair. Like, I'm the only one who needs to keep track of my schedule. Just throwing that out there. That's not your guys' job. Oh, yeah, that's totally fair, Arya. I am distinctly not a dad. I don't know if you could tell. I do not have dad energy. I do have mom friend energy, but that's different. Um, but I live with my adult brother, and that's it. So, and I also am just like, everybody knows this about me. I feel like I'm really weird about scheduling. Um, I need to know what's happening, and I need it to be consistent. And yeah, if my schedule changes suddenly, I go insane. And I turn into the most heinous bitch you've ever met in your entire life. Um, so I'm just like this as a person. I just like consistency, which is part of the reason why I don't want to have kids. Fun fact. Yes, exactly, tomato. No, I'm so the same way, and I feel you so deeply. Because I like, if something changes like the day of, and even if it's not a big deal, if it's just somebody being like, okay, I need to push this thing by like 15 minutes, I'm like gonna have a fucking meltdown and explode. I need to know what's happening like 2 days in advance at least. Like waking up and people going, well, we'll just see what we're gonna do today. No, that's illegal. I can't do that. That puts me in waiting mode for literally the entire day, and then I get nothing done, and then I explode. That's so funny, Arya. Okay, I think next I just did Imperial Purple with a little bit of pink in it. And then I did that with Prussian Blue added, I think. This is the problem with having, like, waited. You know, I'm realizing something I could have done with this, and I'm kind of upset with myself for not realizing it until just now. I could have made this a bi pride flag. I think you guys have to take my gay card away now. I can't believe I did that. It is still by pride colors, but it is not in the correct order. I can't believe I did that. Wow. I do love a mustard yellow, it is known. But that could be the sun? I don't know. Make it intersex. Intersex by pride. Yeah, there we go. I do have a bunch of pride paintings, I will say, that are still available in my shop and are available as free downloads. We did a bunch of these some of these I did on stream even, but we have like Pride Roses, and I have these available for download for like phone backgrounds and stuff. And I do have an intersex one in here somewhere. Thank you, Shawnee. There's also poly ones. These are all upside down, just for the record. But the intersex one, that's what I was looking for. So I do plenty of Pride stuff, and I try to sneak little Pride things in, but I didn't this time. Probably just because I was like, one, working on that and like spitballing it as I went because I hadn't planned it out at all, and two, because it was my first stream back. So I will forgive past me for missing it, but maybe we will also make another one at some point. Good, Shawnee. A+. This is why I hired you. Ooh, excuse me. I'm apparently going to be tired now. Yeah, for sure, Shawnee. I would also say that your general kindness has also recommended you highly for the position. Okay, I think that's dry enough that we can do another. Ooh, that was my back. Ouch. I don't know if you guys heard that. You are attached to my head, so you might have. You definitely heard me go, ooh. That was my pelvis popping. I say nice things about you all the time, Shawnee. And you very rarely argue with me. You do kind of awkwardly T-pose occasionally. Which, fair. Me too, bestie. I can't believe I've found like almost all of your favorite and least favorite foods already, Shawnee. Like, you revealed your secrets to me the fastest. For sure. But in case anybody is wondering, Shawnee really likes ramen enough to send them into space over it. Hates French fries. And then I discovered the other hate the other day, and I sent it to you, and I'm not going to remember it off the top of my head. What was it? Oh, clam chowder. That's what it was. Yeah. I got there eventually. I was like, I remember thinking, well, clam chowder also has potatoes in it. Generally speaking. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Tamagotchi Life is why they are so specific, which I have still been playing on and off, just not as much as I was. Honestly, I think the real reason that I wanted to play, aside from watching Lib play it, obviously, was really so that I could bring my friends in my pocket with me when I was going on a difficult journey. Because then I got to like have my little friends and check in on them and pretend like we were hanging out when I was like stressed out. Because I didn't add any of my blurbos in there. They were all my friends. Which I could add blurbos. I did have many blurbos because I have 2 copies of Tomodachi Life. Because when I like things, I double buy them. That's just how I work. And I had 2 DSs. So I had one where I was married to Spock, which I think is the one that I still have. I erased one version to make the one with my friends. Because the one that I deleted was the one where I was married to a streamer that I used to watch. I guess I still watch him sometimes. We've rated Tin before, but I was married to Tin, which he's married to a different streamer now, and is very happy. They're cute. They're all so cute together. But that was not a thing when I had made my Tomodachi Island back then. But I deleted that one. But I had like Mulder and Scully, and I had like the entire cast of Once Upon a Time, and I think I also added TOS Star Trek characters. Who else did I have on there? Warehouse 13 cast was on there. You know, a bunch of little blurbo options. But not this time. This time I had all my friends. Excellent. Have a good dinner, Big White Bear. Yes, I love that, Shawnee. Columbo is such a funky little guy. I've been watching that and I kind of like petered off on it, but I should get back to watching it. I've been like bopping around different shows pretty severely lately. I started rewatching Bob's Burgers this month. Because I don't know, it seemed like something fun to watch. Short episodes so I can squeeze them in various places in my day. And it's mostly amusing. So, get some serotonin, you know? And there's a lot of it that I haven't seen, too. Because I thought, I'm a serial rewatcher always. So I will start back at the beginning of something and then watch all the way through when new episodes come out. Oh, Murder, She Wrote I love. I watched all of that recently. Like, I say recently, and it's actually year before last. That's recently in the span of things, right? Right? But I did rewatch all of Murder, She Wrote. Love me some Angela Lansbury. Oh, I do hope you sleep well tonight, Big White Bear. That's a long time to be awake. Oh, you know what I could do to prep? I could put some water in this. Just to start moistening the pigment. So that gets a nice, better layer in then. A better concentration, I guess is what I really mean. Yes, we love a weighted blanket. I have a big one. I got a heavier one recently, so I gave the older one that I had to my brother. And I took the heavy one. The new one is a queen size and is 30 pounds. and it's impossible to put on my bed nicely because it's so heavy, but it squished me so good. I love to be squished. I just need to be flattened like a panini. I have so many fewer nightmares with a weighted blanket too. It's like absolutely wild. Right? Stick me in a George Foreman and squish me. Grah. Yeah, I think together that would probably be too much. Exactly, Shawnee, exactly. Okay. I think I'm going to take another quick break. I'm trying to be better about taking breaks because we're at a good like pause point where I can get up and do some proper stretches. And it has been long enough that I can run some ads again. So I'm going to take a quick break. Everybody else can take a break too. Get a little stretchy. Look at something that's farther away from your face than your computer screen or whatever screen you're watching on. You know, maybe get a snack or drink or whatever. And I will meet you back here in a few minutes, okay? All right, I think we're all back. I'm back. Are you back? Hi. We're here. And I did do some little stretchies. I hope you also did something good for yourself. So we have basically 2 levels of this left. We've just got the detailing on this one and then like the full layer here, which is the smallest one, so it's not as big of a deal. But I think we finish that and then I think I end. Because I got other stuff to do today. Which is wild. I'm so busy. All the time. But I also feel like I'm doing nothing. You know, just classic fucked up brain things. It just be like that sometimes. Okay. Yes, thank you, Streamlabs. I did just unshrimp. I don't think I can advise that, but you know, whatever works for you. I'm still pretty bendy, but in ways that I really shouldn't be for a lot of it. So my back is still pretty bendy, but it hurts. Yeah, exactly, Sleepy. Which, generally speaking, is not the best way to go about things, especially not if you want to keep using the pieces that you're using. I'm gonna have a coughing fit apparently. Sorry about that. Holy cow. Oh, excellent, Sleepy. I can tell that I'm not used to talking much anymore. Woo. Oh, that's so sweet. I love seeing the cute internet couples. You guys are so cute. Oh, that makes sense, Big White Bear. No, you guys are wholesome for me and little gremlins for Lib. That's the way that it works. Like, I understand. I get the bit. I know. I mean, to be fair, Sleepy and I kind of like team up in Lib stream a little bit. Hell, we were being little gremlins in Matto's stream the other day too. Man, if we, to be fair, Big White Bear, if we were banning people for being too affectionate with each other, I would immediately get banned anytime Cap comes into this stream. I can't set that precedence because it would get me too. I just have romance brain rot. Like, I don't know. I think there's something about people around our age. And, like, I know not everybody is necessarily around my age, but people in, like, their late 20s, 30s, around thereabout, where we just kind of, like, are wholehearted and unabashedly into our partners because we were so used to that god-awful, like, ball and chain shit from when we were kids. And we were like, why would we do that? That's awful. So we just like go whole hog about actual like care and affection. Which I think is lovely to see personally. I don't get the point of being with somebody if you just like don't like being with them. Like just don't. If you guys don't like each other, then what's the point? Like, sorry, my boyfriend is also my best friend. Like, and that should be like the standard for everybody, honestly. Like, if you hate each other, then what's the point? I don't get it. Exactly. I don't understand. And it's like, oh yeah, my husband doesn't know how to cook anything. I have to cook for him like a little toddler. And then he nags about, like, he complains about me because I ask him to take out the trash. And I'm like, that sounds miserable. Why are you living like that? Ridiculous. Get good. Skill issue. Those are often also the same people who complain about divorce rates, which is wild to me. Like, oh, these kids don't know how to stick it out anymore. And I'm like, yeah, that's because you shouldn't stick it out. Like, you're miserable. Why are you doing that? This is not a point of, like, pride. This is sad. Please care for yourself. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. Like, if you aren't besties, then what's the point? And, like, yes, you should have other friends, for sure. Don't just only interact with one person always. But, like, if you can't enjoy each other's company, then why would you do anything? I don't know. I don't get it. Okay, I think that's pretty well settled. I'm really enjoying this shape right here. I love this. That looks great. Very into it. Weird little snicky snake shape. Okay. Last color. Let's go. I probably want to wipe this color up actually, because it's very different. Oh, I know exactly what I first used this paper towel for. Isn't that funny? So I like reuse paper towels because you can like wipe up watercolor and like it'll stay put. But I can tell that because of these little circles that I use this for the washi tape to lighten up the colors. Wild. Yeah, exactly. Like all you're going to do is make your child's life hell. Because, like, it's not fun to listen to the grown-ups who should care about you arguing with each other and being mean to each other all the time. Like, that's not good for anybody. I don't get it. Well, I'm not a quitter. It's not quitting. Like, and sometimes you do need to quit things. Like, yeesh. Yeesh, people. Ooh, you know what I should do? Take another progress shot of this. Ooh, yep, that's always how it is, Sleepy, for real. At least, your post is moving again, I guess. So, like, you know that it is going to change at some point. Could be worse. Not that that fixes anything, but... I was going to take a photo of this. I was like, what did I just say I was going to do? Take a photo. Delete. Oh God, so I sent something to Cap, UPS, or FedEx, excuse me, FedEx, because the post was still down and I wanted to send him his Christmas gift. And I wanted to be totally real with you. I needed to be in control of something before I left for my vacation because I felt like everything was out of my control. And I had control over the package. So I shipped it FedEx and it took like a million years to get through customs and I was so worried about it. And it stressed me the fuck out. Yeah, I'm not using FedEx again. The guy at FedEx was great, and I made sure to fill out the little survey and tell them that he was just like an absolutely class A star and helped me out. But like, yikes. There was a whole bunch of really confusing shit and like on the customs side, and I was just like, they never contacted me about it. They contacted Cap about it. And he told me, and I was like, I was gone, like I was out of the state, so I couldn't have done much about it anyway, but I was just like, can you guys like actually talk to me about what's happening with this, please? Holy shit. No, the answer is no, they can't talk to me about it. But it got there, everything's fine, and it was great. And those of you, actually, a lot of people in chat helped. So he does have the notebook that I made all you guys fill out the things for, and he very much liked it. So thank you everybody for participating. He was absolutely thrilled. He read the entire thing while I was sitting on call with him, and it was adorable. Yeah. So that was great. You guys did great. Good job. Good work, team. Yeah, well, okay, so I've said this someplace else. Maybe I said it on stream a little bit ago. But so with your guys' little survey things, I interspersed that with stuff I'd written from my journal about him. So there was a lot of handwriting done for that because I rewrote all of that. So I handwrote your guys' stuff in, and then in between each of the survey pages, I added little snippets from my journal about him through the time that we've been dating. So it was like just kind of like a little, hey, by the way, you're really loved all the time kind of gift. And he loved it. It was great. So it was like A plus, everybody, we did it. But like I know one of the things with my anxiety for sure, which is why I did it this way, is that a lot of times we feel like people are lying to us when they say nice things about us because we were there, so they feel obligated to say nice things, right? So I was like, okay, well, we're going to do this a little bit different. So I'm going to ask people about it. So it's not you asking. And then I'm also going to tell you what I said that I thought that nobody else was ever going to see, so that you know exactly what I actually mean. Like, even when nobody is looking at me. So. Yeah, I'm sure, Sleepy. Yeah. Anxiety will make your brain do weird things. Like, you will make crazy, crazy leaps to jump to the conclusion that everybody hates you, even when all of the evidence points to the contrary. Yeah, I'm just like this. I don't know. I'm like a very thoughtful person in general because, I don't know, a lot of my life I feel like people didn't think about me, even though I was thinking about them. So, like, I try to make sure everybody feels cared for because I know what it's like to not feel cared for. And it just takes like a little bit of effort. It's not like a crazy difficult thing to do to just have somebody feel like they care about you. So like that's a lot of times in other people's Twitch chats too. You'll notice that I greet people whenever they come in and say hello in like a general sense. Like if they're just saying hello to the streamer, I usually don't say hello, but I'll say hello. Like if somebody just says hi chat or whatever, I always make sure to point out hello. And if people say hello to me, I always make sure to say hi back. Because it's such a little thing, but it makes you feel like really seen, right? And I've noticed that in almost all the communities where I've started doing that, everybody else picks it up and it makes it feel so nice. Like it always feels nice to be greeted when you walk into a place, right? Like it's so nice. And everybody like picks it up and we all do it and then we all feel way more welcome in the space and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like a really tiny little nice thing that you can do for everybody. Yeah, see, it's nice to have people just like acknowledge your existence. And a lot of times people just don't do that because they're so wrapped up in their own stuff, you know? Oh, yeah, for sure, Sleepy, for sure. Which reminds me, I still have not listened to the music that I made you send me because I got so wrapped up about my trip that I just like forgot. I need to do that. It's still in the back of my mind. I just forgot. Yeah, same, Shawnee. I say when I'm leaving too, because I don't know, it feels rude to not say it. If you just like disappear off the face of the planet, that's kind of weird. You wouldn't do that in like a hangout. You wouldn't just like get up and walk out and not come back unless you were like a jerk. You know? Yeah, exactly, Sleepy. That's so weird. I don't get that. Like, if it's like a huge house party or something, I can kind of get that where you say bye to like whatever person is closest to you and then escape. And then that person is in charge of telling everybody else. But like, you have to tell somebody. I don't get it. I'm not like that as a person. Yeah, that's wild to me. You got to do the I'm heading out thing. That's wild. Yeah, that's awful. I hate that. Ugh. No, that's so inconsiderate. I would worry about people so much if they did that to me. Because I'd be like, did you get kidnapped? Like, what's happening here? Yeah, for sure. Oh, that sucks. But I guess at least you realized the pattern, so you don't try to make that work in a friendship style. Because, yeesh. but I get scared for people. I'm definitely that text me when you get home friend. And if you don't text me, I will blow the fuck out of your phone. Like you will wake up to 612 messages from me asking if you are okay. Yeah, exactly. You just send a text and be like, sorry, I had like a brain thing. I needed to go. And that's perfectly fine. You just need to like not completely disappear, you know? Yeah, see, okay. You guys want to know how crazy I am? You already know, but I can give you another example. I will, because for most of my friends, I know where they live, right? So I know approximately how long it takes them to get home to their house. So I will set a timer for that plus 5 minutes. And if they have not texted me 10 minutes after that, I will send a text and be like, are you okay? So even if people forget, I will check up on you. I'm just like that. Yeah, exactly. I found out via a Tumblr post that nobody else does this, but apparently other people don't like text their friends after they hung out to say that they had a good time. Apparently that's not normal. Like, why are you not telling your friends that you had fun? I don't get it. That's just like I don't know. It's friend aftercare is what it is. You check up on your friends and make sure that they had a good time and stuff. I don't know. I just always do that. I always have. You just always say thanks for coming. I had fun with you today. You know? I don't know. Yeah, that brief moment when Snapchat added the location services was like the most beautiful week of my life before everybody noticed and turned it off because I knew that everybody was safe. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, like you do that for dates and stuff too, so why wouldn't you do that for your friends? I've always done that. And I mean, especially in my case, since I don't drive, it was also a thank you for giving me a ride situation, which I also think is very important. But yeah, I don't know. I just think it can't hurt to just be like, I had a lot of fun with you. I look forward to seeing you again. Like, ooh, I have no idea what that is, but I will definitely avoid it. That sounds awful. Even the name for that is gross. Honestly, Shani, I feel like most date etiquette is just don't be an asshole. No, I do not. Oh, I live under a rock and listen to the same like 35 things repeatedly. So, no. Oh, gotcha. Understood. Thank you for the information, Big White Bear. I tend to avoid like anything like that, so I don't I don't need to be extra perceived by the data, I don't know what to call it, monolith at this point. I was gonna say golem, but that's not nice to golems. They didn't do anything wrong. It's not their fault. And golems were made for protection anyway, and this is not protecting any of us. So it's still a little bit wet right there. I need to wait longer, but I don't want to. Ah, cool. I haven't watched Arcane either. I vaguely know about it through Tumblr and Grim, but yep. Okay, let's fold some more stars while I'm waiting, shall we? Let's see, what have I got? Oh, we've got a nice flesh-colored paper. Let's do that. That's not creepy at all. It's like spoink colored. Or it was spoink colored. Where did it go? There it is. Oh, that isn't as fleshy as it looked in the thing, but it is. It is sure color. Let me just move that out of the way a little bit. It's spoink color. That feels like it's actually 2 sheets, is it? Or is this one just thicker than the other one? Just thicker. Okay. The flesh is thicker, you guys, just in case you were wondering. I think there's a joke in there that stars could stand to thicken her skin, probably, but I don't think she should, personally. She would probably make that joke if she was here. Which, speaking of, yeah, exactly, Shawnee. This is the reason that I made this was because I thought Stars would like to use it as a background for her streams. Because the color just matches her this month. So we just have like the one little bit and adding some gold stars, and then we'll wrap up. But I need to let the top dry a little bit more before we do some more detail work on it. But the sun is going away. It's getting dark. But I figure I'll probably also like scan this and make it downloadable on my Patreon as like a wallpaper or something if people want it. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I remembered and then I forgot. There's a benefit I keep meaning to delete off of one of the tiers on my Patreon, and I haven't done it yet. And I remembered when I was messing with Patreon over the weekend, and then I got distracted doing other work and forgot to do it. So like I remembered and I was like, good job for remembering, Katie, and then I didn't do it. Nah, I'll need to remember on my own, Shawnee. Because if I see the message, I'll just forget it again. I need to write it in my journal properly on the day. Because the thing about messages is that, like, once the little bubble is gone, and I hate having notification bubbles, so I always get rid of them immediately. Once I get rid of that, it's dead. I think I can manage it, Shawnee. And really, it's not that big a deal. It's just one of those things where I'm like, oh, yeah, right. Because there's only one person at that tier, and it's my father. So it's not a big deal. Thank you, though. I appreciate you. There we go. Some more stars for the bucket. And we do some clouds for the stars. That's how it works. Hi, Al. Good to see you. I will do a sip. And a stretchy. Oh, you want to see what an art Tamagotchi actually is? Well, a Tamagotchi that I arted, I guess. So we did work on it on stream a little bit. I added some metallic bits to it, but yeah. See? It's a Tamagotchi that I arted. I made that. As I ping this acrylic board off of everything on my desk. Yeah, this is the new sticker sheet that I'm working on. So this will be a new sticker sheet in the shop at some point once I get it done. But all purple and kind of like nostalgia stuff was the vibe. But here we go. Sippy. Stretchy. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. I really, like, I was kind of struggling. I was like, okay, what kind of things could I use to make a sticker sheet from? And I kind of got stuck on flowers for a bit. And I was like, I don't want to just do like a flower sheet. That doesn't vibe with me. And I was like, actually, you know what? That purple plastic that you can kind of see through, let's just do something based around that. And so we ended up there. Okay. I do have those ice cream bar stickers and the ice cream sticker confetti that I've been meaning to make into a sheet, but I wanted to do an interesting background for them that I haven't had time to do. So, but at some point, you will have multiple ice creams to lick. And I don't know, I could also just, for some of these, I could make them individual stickers. So I could just make the ice cream sticker by itself if we wanted that. Now that I have my own like sticker printing and stuff, I can do small batches of stuff, so it's not as big a deal. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll make just one really big ice cream sticker and send it to Sleepy. I don't know. I could do whatever I want. I can't like recommend you eating it, but I also can't stop you. So as long as you don't sue me about it, okay. I guess also you should probably ask Tomato. I feel like the international borders would make it more difficult as well, honestly. I did, okay. So you guys know my Goopy Wiener, right? The Goopy Wiener that I made for Lib. I did print stickers of the Goopy Wiener to send to Lib. The Goopy Wiener. My Goopy Wiener. The people who don't know the lore is really funny. The Goopy Wiener. My little Goopy Blueberry Wiener. This was back when Lib was doing like the never-ending subathon, so I think it was before your guys' time. But Libs does still have it as one of the options on their model when they add hot dogs. And I've been calling it my Goopy Wiener. Because it's a Goopy Wiener, and I made it, so it's my Goopy Wiener. But when Lib tried to put it on stream for the first time, it crashed their entire computer. So it became a regular joke for me to say that my Goopy Wiener was too powerful. Yeah, I've considered that actually, Shawnee. I've considered making a tattoo coupon, but I haven't had anybody like ask if they want my work tattooed. So I wasn't sure if it would be like presumptuous. I don't know. I do like being overly prepared, but I don't know what all people would want. You know? It's one of those things where I'm like, is that like egotistical to think that people would want that? I don't know. Yeah, Lib's PC box could not handle my Goopy Wiener. The file was too big. Yeah, true, Sleepy. But because of that, one of my test stickers that I made when I was just like calibrating the machine and like figuring out what the fuck I was doing, because I knew that if I did it for one that I was planning to sell, that it would stress me out because it would be costing me money, right? But if I made just like a silly hee hee ha ha for a friend, then that would not make me freak out. Don't ask why this works in my brain. We don't know how my brain works. We just know that it doesn't, okay? So that's what I did for the test to try and figure out my sticker cutter, was printing a gigantic Goopy Wiener and then a few smaller ones. But the file was too pixelated, so I need to redo them because I do want to send Lib just like a literal gigantic Goopy Wiener sticker because I think it would be really funny. So that's gonna happen at some point. Maybe I should do the pickle too and send it to Shawnee, because Shawnee does love my pickle. Yeah, they would seagull laugh, which I think is great. I love the seagull laugh. As somebody who has also been made fun of for loud laugh, like, I get it. Yeah, do you want to have my pickle, Shawnee? I can mail it to you. I also laugh in many different ways. I just laugh a lot and loudly, you know? I very rarely have like the uncontrollable giggles. Where I like can't breathe and I feel like I'm choking. But it does happen. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. And then we add some little stars and stuff on here, and then we're Gucci. Yeah, yeah. Some of mine are pretty hefty with the little sticker confetti that I add on there. It can get big. Yes, absolutely, Shawnee. All right. And because we thought this through before, we have some really nice Thickums Gold to work with here. It's gonna be great. So I'm just... Is this, like, sky accurate? No. Is it gonna look awesome? Yes. We're just gonna add some sparkly stars on here. Oh my gosh, Sleepy. I am gonna need to end up shoving this one under a book or something for a while, I think. Because I didn't tape it down, the ends just are curled up a bit. Well, maybe I'll just leave it in my scanner for a while. That usually works pretty well. Oh my gosh, Sleepy. Yeah. I always like, I fake laughed instead of real laughing. You guys, you know what I did? I should have started on this side. Now I'm gonna put my hand in that. Why do I do this every time? You'd think I'd remember at some point, but nope, I just start going and don't think about it. It's like, story of my life. Not really, I overthink everything. Yeah, I so rarely like full on lose control when I'm laughing that I'm sure that it's a delight for whoever made me laugh. Because I got made fun of so much for how I laughed when I was little that, like... Honestly, Tomato, if I was left-handed, I probably would start on this side and then do the same thing. Because I just start on whatever side is closest to me, which is wrong. Don't do that. Oh, I'm sure your curly hair looks fabulous. I've started like actually taking care of my curly hair properly so that I have curls. So my mom's hair was like really straight, so that's how I learned to take care of my hair, which is not the way that I should have been taking care of my hair. But my dad has super curly hair, but his has always been short, you know. So, and my brother has like classic cherub curls. And it's wild. My dad is balding, but not bald, especially like not for the age that he is. Like he has a lot of hair. I also have a lot of hair. I got my dad's hair and inability to sleep. That's how it went down. And also maybe some mental Illinois, but you know, don't worry about it. Oh yeah, I'm sure that's really scary. I don't know. I'm balding a little bit in the front, but it's not super serious. And I have so much hair that like me balding, just to be clear, is like nothing. Like I lost 4 hairs and I'm like, oh, that looks a little thinner than it used to. My widow's peak isn't as defined. It's like nothing. It's nothing. And I think once I get my like hormone stuff, which is part of the hysterectomy, sorted out, that will be just fine. That's a good point, Shawnee, and I agree. Like, if you asked me to describe Sleepy in a few words, the first word out of my mouth would be bottom. And I think we can all agree on that. The second word out of my mouth would be funny. And I think the third word would be sweetie pie. Hair would not play into that at all. Yeah, exactly. Like, just proving the point. Can you guys see that, like, at all? It's not super obvious. Let me... There we go. Now you can see. See it shiny. Shiny. It's not as easy to see it when it's like that. But I gotta leave it flat to paint on it. Yeah, this is really nice metallic paint. I really like it. Which is part of the reason why I wanted to try out this paint brand in the first place. Yeah, it'll look really nice when it's scanned too. My scanner picks up this kind of metallic really nicely, so it will look metallic when it's scanned too, which is really good. I can see it because of the angle, so I can see the shine, which makes it easier to paint at this angle. Yes. Yes. I usually don't blow dry my hair like at all, even with the diffuser, because it still makes it like frizzier. I mostly just air dry it, but I also have so much hair that it takes like 6 million years for it to air dry. So just to like give an example here. So I washed my hair at 5 p.m. yesterday. And I cannot sleep with my hair down. It makes me an insane person. So I put my hair up when I went to bed at 9 o'clock. And my hair is still wet because I put it up. Like right now, almost 24 hours later, because I put my hair up, I still have damp hair. It's ridiculous. Oh yeah, for sure, Sleepy. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just because curly hair holds on to the hair differently than like straight hair would just slough out and like fall and it's fine. But since curly hair holds on to itself, you end up just like taking out chunks. That's just how it works. It is scary though if you aren't expecting it. I think I want to do like a really big sparkle right here. Big boy. What is your child's demand? I think that's a reasonable demand that you should give in to. Oh my gosh, that's wild, Sleepy. You were burning the shit out of your hair. I'm glad that you stopped doing that. There is one of the curly products that I got to like test out. I really like the color that it brings out in my hair, but it's so expensive that I like don't want to use it. But it was served to me in an Instagram ad because like of course it was. And I was like, you know what, I'll try it, whatever. It's on sale right now. I'll see if this works for me. It's fine. Like it's not the best, but it's fine. But the like hair frizz serum that they have brings out a lot of the red in my hair and I'm like obsessed with it. Oh, that's always a fun stage, Arya. They come up with the coolest little combos. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I use most of my hair stuff I use is the like Moroccan oil brand, which is pretty spendy, but it works really well for my hair, so I'm willing to pay that. But I've been using their shampoo for ages because it's like the only thing, especially with like really intense winter, that doesn't dry the shit out of my hair. So I use their leave-in conditioner and then their curl cream, and that's just fine for me. I also just really like the way it smells, which is important.
I love your goopy wiener.
Thank you. Oh, that's really annoying. That would irritate the hell out of me. I need consistency or I explode. I always say that consistency is my love language, and I'm kind of realizing that it isn't necessarily my love language, it's just how my brain works. Oh, interesting. Of course it's spendy. I mean, to be fair, I use a pretty spendy shampoo anyway, so I can't judge that harshly. But there are a lot of spendy things in the world that I would like to have, but they're spendy, so you just gotta find the ones that you're willing to commit to. Oh my god, Sleepy. See, I'm like an over labeler. I color code like everything. I'm just like that as a person. Sparkly. Oh, that makes sense. I would label them. Do you? If you have nail polish that you keep in the house, like if you have enough colors to color code stuff, you can just put a little drop on top of the spray bottle, like on top of the sprayer, so that you can see it from the top. I do that with, I color code my cords like that too. So I use the nail polish on the plastic ends of stuff so that I can tell which one goes to which. Yeah, if it takes less than 5 minutes, you just do it, Sleepy. That's one of my rules. Which is why I'm only a little bit of a disaster and not a complete disaster. So I started with if it takes less than 2 minutes, just do it. I built up to 5, and now I'm building up to 10 minutes. So if it takes less than X number of minutes, just do it right then. Because if you put it off, you aren't going to do it. And I also use the, be nice to your future self hack, where you think about your future self as a different person from you, who you don't want to screw over. Yep, exactly, Tomato. Exactly. And it gets me to change my sheets on a regular basis. Because changing sheets is like one of the worst tasks in the world. Just gonna say. It's like awful. There has to be a better way. Because it takes so long. And it involves like the weirdest yoga you've ever seen in your life to get all the corners on correctly. Which actually, it's probably around the time when I should change my sheets again. Yeah, so you guys want to know my hacks for that. I have, number one, have more than one set of sheets. That's important. Because if you only have one set, then you have to take them off and wash them and then get them back on like the same day, and it's the worst. It's awful, and I hate it. So I have 2 pairs of sheets that I switch between, and 2 different like mattress covers, because I'll take it off and wash it with my sheets. So I always have one set of clean sheets. So I pull the dirty sheets off the bed, immediately put the clean sheets on, and then wash the dirty sheets, and then those get folded up for the next time I change. Because if you like have to wait in between any single task, it's all ruined forever, and your brain won't let you do it. No, I'm not diagnosed with ADHD yet. Leave me alone. Yeah, exactly. And like, again, it only takes a little bit of effort to get them done while you have them in your hands, right? It takes way more effort to re-pick them up off the floor like a month later and wash them because you didn't when you thought about it the first time. Like, yeah, it's just so much easier to just do it then. Yep. No, Sleepy, no. Don't you want your expression to be stifled? Isn't that what you're into? Yeah, they do, Shawnee. So true. Okay, so you're just being a brat. That's all. Okay. Noted. I mean, me too, but, you know. All right, travel safely, both of you. I'll probably be ending here in like a couple of minutes because we only have like this much star to put on our sheet, and then we're done. And then I get to get out of the way so that my brother can make dinner. Good, Sleepy. Yeah, that's a good one for sure. I reuse the same glass like all the time, and like the same Yeti and the same mug and stuff, so I just wash them in between stuff. So I only ever have the one, and that keeps me from like collecting a million. Oh yeah, of course. It's always nice to hang out with you, Tomato. And yeah, definitely. I know you said that you probably wouldn't, but feel free to message me if you want more help with that. Dish cleaning is hard. It is. It's another one of those tasks that's just like never ending. And so it feels like, what's the point in even doing this? Because it's just gonna get messed up again, you know? But it does make me feel less like wanting to go walk into a glacier forever. So, you know. Uh-huh. Yep. I find a mid-ground by like rinsing everything. Because that at least makes it so that it's not as bad to deal with. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. I'm not sure, Big White Bear. My brother does this like app that has like meal planning and recipes and stuff. So he just does whichever one of those we have the right ingredients for at any given point, or whatever he's feeling, and I just eat whatever he makes. So I'm not sure which one is the plan for tonight. All right. I think that's that, friends. Ooh, tacos. That sounds good. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you, Shawnee, for sure. It's so easy to just like overdo yourself. All right, I'm gonna tilt this so that you guys can actually see the shinies. Shinies, look, ooh, look what we made, fancy. All right, then I'm gonna take a photo of this before I forgore, because I will forgore. And then I'm going to figure out who in the heck I'm rating. Or maybe I won't rate anybody. I don't know. We'll see. Let me switch over to the ending screen, though, because that is, in fact, what is happening right now. Oh, Blanc is live. We can go bother Blanc. Who else is live? There are also other people, but we can go bother Blanc. Yes, possibly. I do have to exercise tonight. I've told myself I'm doing that, so I will need to do that. And then I will probably hang out with Rainbow for a bit. If I don't feel like I'm going to implode after exercising. Because I'm trying to be better about that. Because I know for a fact if I try to get surgery, they're going to be like, oh, your BMI. It's like, whatever. Get off my dick. Okay. What do I usually say? Things and stuff. Yeah, thanks for being here, Sleepy. It's always nice to chat with you. Thanks everybody for hanging out. It's nice to have people who just want to hang out and talk with me. It's always nice. There are the raid commands in the chat. The sub command has an emote that you can use if you are subscribed to the channel. The second one has emotes that you can use anywhere, no matter your subscription status. So feel free to copy Impasta, the one that is relevant to you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being nice to me. Thanks for sticking with me with the schedule change. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Remember that you're loved because I love you. And if you can't take care of or be kind to yourself for yourself, please do so for me because I think that you're awesome and deserve nice things, including from yourself, even on the days when it's a little rough to do so, okay? So, love y'all. Take care of yourselves. And I'll see you on Friday, okay? Where we'll probably be working on the sticker sheet, but maybe I'll get my cursed idea inked and ready and we can do the silly one on stream. We'll see. We'll play it by ear or play it by paintbrush or something. Anyway, bye. Thanks for being here.